If you guys are a blue hive and you're making really low honey, then this video is perfect for you guys because we're going to be talking about the mistakes that people commonly make. Now the very first mistake is going to be on the top left of your screen. What can you guys notice? If you guys said nectars, then yes, nectars is going to be the biggest mistake you guys can actually make. If you guys don't macro or if you guys don't play Beeswarm 24/7 just like me, you guys need to be maintaining satisfying, comforting, and motivating nectar. More importantly, you need to actually have a comforting and your satisfying. These two need to be as close as possible to 24 hours because you guys miss out on so many stats. Comforting and motivating, if they are at max, they will give you 1.5% blue pollen and 1.5% convert rate. Satisfying gives you white pollen. We don't really need that much, but we get honeybear pollen. All of them gives you that. But we get 1.5 times honey at hive, which is how blue hives make their honey anyway by converting their balloon, which is going to be here. If you guys can AFK 24/7, you can go look for nectar guides. That is something you can definitely do. Now, the next thing that you guys need to have is amulets. Now, I am a mid-game blue hive right now. My SSA is not even perfect. But ideally, at the SSA, you need to have Popstar, obviously, as close as to 70% blue pollen, crit chance, B ability rate, convert rate is capped out as 1.25. The red pollen is garbage, obviously, so I have a 4 out of 5 SSA right now. If you guys were able to get pollen or white pollen, it would definitely be more helpful than the red pollen. However, the other stats here in my SSA is actually ridiculously good. Next up, we have your Cog Amulets. Yes, the Robo Bear is going to be difficult, but if you guys are able to get at least the blue pollen and bubble pollen, then you already have a really good silver Cog Amulet. The Gold Shell Amulet, however, really there's nothing you can get that much from here. It really doesn't. It's the least important amulet that you can actually have. Next up is with the Diamond Stickbug Amulet. If you guys have a gold, then it's fine. But for me, I have the Diamond Stickbug Amulet with 275 capacity, 1.21 convert rate. That is something that's extremely important. And of course, you want blue pollen and blue bomb pollen in the same one. We get one from battle, red bee attack. Those don't matter. But the blue bombs and the blue pollens are extremely good paired with the convert rate. Next up, we have the King Beetle Amulet. All you're really looking for here in the King Beetle is the convert rate, unless you guys farm in the bamboo field. Bee attack is also quite useful. Next up, we have the Supreme Ant Amulet. Convert rate, very important. Try to get it over 3 digits ideally, but I do have pollen, crit power, crit chance, blue pollen, and white pollen, which is extremely good. So I don't really mind having less than 100 convert rate because all the other stats are ridiculously good. Lastly, we have your Moon Amulet. Now, the Moon Amulet, ideally, you want as close as to 9% honey per pollen. And the Bond from Treats is also quite useful. Well, no, it's very useful if you're leveling up your hive because it's going to save you so much honey, trust me. In terms of hive compositions, it's really up to you. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to follow an exact guide. If you guys are underfilling, add more tadpoles. If you guys are overfilling, add more buoyants. Very simple. Test out whichever hive works the best for you. And if you guys are wondering if you guys need Windy or no Windy Bee, I'm currently no Windy Bee anymore. I have switched out because it's actually converting too much pollen from my balloons, which is hurting the amount of honey I basically get at my hive. Now, Bee Quips. Bee Quips is very important as well. However, it's not as important as the nectars. Ideally, even if they don't have 5-star potential or they have trash stats, you need pine cones because pine cones just give you a ton of extra pollen and capacity. So I have 2 trash ones. Festive Wreath is good for your Festive Bee, if you guys have a Festive Bee, of course. The Beret is also decent if you guys can get some extra capacity, because capacity is very important. It's for your balloons. Then the Elf Caps. Elf Caps are the most common ones that you can possibly get. If you can have at least the hive bonus of honey at hive, it is going to be super useful. Beesmas Tree Hats will give you convert rate and capacity, so I highly recommend getting them as well. Icicles will give you the blue bomb pollen. It's not as useful, but it's still something at least. Snow Tiara you can buy from here. It is going to be very useful. You get some bits of blue field capacity, and you also do get a lot of helpful stats for the Diamond Bee. Now we're down to the last 2 things that you're possibly doing, which is slowing down the amount of honey you make. And the next one is, of course, not macroing with other people. If you guys don't have Tad Alts or Fuzzy Alts, macroing with other people is going to be very important. Ideally, you join a private server that has, let's say, maybe 4 people. Just macroing there, 6 people might make you lag, which will decrease the amount of honey you make. So having 4 people is very ideally in the pine field. You are going to make a ton of extra honey just by macroing with other people. And lastly, guys, polar power. This is something I am guilty of. My polar power is so garbage. If you guys are looking to macro efficiently, you need at least 1,000 polar power, and I'm currently at 338. So I am currently working on it. The more polar power you can possibly get, the more it is, of course, going to let your bees stay in the field longer. And the longer your bees are in the field, you are going to earn way, way more honey. If you guys are still struggling, comment down below. I'll make sure to try and help you guys out. And I'll see you all in the next one. Make sure to subscribe.